Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Now, if you are a sports fan or a basketball fan in general, I'm sure you have seen the debates about if 90s players would survive in the 2000s and if 2000s players could play in the 90s. And today we are going to be finding that out once and for all. We are going to be turning it all into NBA 2K, and we are going to see exactly what happens. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment your predictions down below before we get started. Okay, everyone, we're here in the NBA 90s era, and if you look in free agency, we have about 15 of the best current players from this era, and I have reset them all to their prime. That way they have reasonable ages and potentials they can develop with this era, and they won't be retiring anytime soon. And then also from a Reddit article, I found 3 players, these 3, that would have been the best in a different era. And we found Boban, Jahlil Okafor, and Andre Drummond. We will also be seeing how they work out in this era for an experiment. So now we get back, simulate our first season, and relax. Okay, we're here mid-season, and just about all of the guys have signed to teams. So now we're not going to check the stats until the end of the season, but we are going to see where all these guys signed. So the Philadelphia 76ers picked up both Jahlil Okafor and Boban Marjanovic on one-year deals. Next up, the Bucks re-signed Giannis just like in real life. They will all probably be on one-year deals just because that's how 2K works it when they're in free agency. Oh my gosh. Jordan, Doncic, and Pippen all teamed up on the Bulls. Doncic won't be able to re-sign though, but that is still a crazy duo that should be able to get him a championship year one. Kyrie Irving joins the Cavaliers with Mark Price and Brad Daugherty and Larry Nance, just like he was on in real life. The Clippers and Celtics didn't pick up anyone. The Hawks, no. Heat picked up John Morant to go with Glenn Rice and Rony Seikaly. The Hornets picked up LeBron James to go with Larry Johnson and Kendall Gill and Del Curry. That's an interesting duo. The Jazz picked up Andre Drummond to run the big. He might get like 30 points a game with Stockton feeding him. The Kings picked up Nikola Jokic to go with Mitch Richmond. The Knicks didn't do anything, neither did the Lakers or the Magic or the Mavs. The Nets picked up Victor Wembanyama to go with Dražan Petrovic, another European guy. The Nuggets picked up Anthony Edwards to go with Dikembe. The Pacers picked up Kawhi to go with Detlef Schrempf and Rick Smits. The Pistons picked up James Harden to go with Dumars and Isaiah Thomas. We will go ahead and move Harden to the 3 because he is 6'5". Next up, the Rockets, picked up Embiid to run with Olajuwon, and they also have Otis Thorpe, and Thorpe can't run the cannot run the small forward, so they're just gonna have to run Olajuwon off the bench, I guess. The Spurs didn't pick up anyone. The Suns didn't pick up anyone. Neither did the Supersonics. The Timberwolves picked up Kevin Durant to run with Tony Campbell. The Trailblazers got Chris Paul to go with Clyde Drexler and Jerome Kersey. The Warriors picked up Shea to go with Chris Mullin and Tim Hardaway. We will go ahead and move Shea to the 2 because that's what he has been playing in real life every once in a while. And yeah, Jordan's still the best player in the league, but now we will simulate through the rest of the season, and I'll see you guys in a second. Now we're at All-Star break 1992. All these All-Star teams are basically just full with the guys that we put in. On the East, the only classic guys that are still on there are Larry Bird, Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas, Patrick Ewing, and Michael Jordan. On the West, it's a lot more retro guys, but there are still a ton of guys that we added in. Chris Paul's on there, Shea is on there, KD is on there, Nikola Jokic is on there. So that is a pretty interesting thing. I will check back with you guys at the end of the year. So we're here at the end of the season. We get our first look at the stats. Luka Doncic on a team with Jordan and Pippen averaged 25, 9, and 9. And I saw KOT4Q did this a couple days ago. None of the guys were really good, but Luka Doncic wins his first MVP as a rookie. He also wins Rookie of the Year, obviously. Sixth Man of the Year was Hakeem Olajuwon. He was an all-star behind, Embiid that year. Defensive Player of the Year is Giannis, 2.5 blocks a game, 2 steals almost, 20, 10, and 8. Most Improved Player, Mark Jackson, Jerry Sloan, Coach of the Year. And maybe it's just because I put them in their prime, but I thought that would work a lot better. KOT4Q put them all in as their current day selves. So on the first team, Luka, KD, Harden, and Jokic are all on there. So that's 4. The second team, only James and Antetokounmpo are on there. So that's 6 out of the 15 spots. And on the third team, only Shea. So only 7 of the 15 spots. So they have less than half of their guys are on there. The other 8 are all old school guys. Andre Drummond makes all defensive first team. 2 steals and 2 blocks a game on 13 and 12. He is going to dominate in this era. I can already call it. He is only 23. And if he re-signs with the Jazz, he's going to be playing with one of the greatest passers in the history of basketball. So now we get to check out the rookie report for this season. I'm interested to see who led their scoring. So if we look at the per game stats, Kevin Durant 31, 8, and 6, a steal and 2 blocks. So their defense is going to be insane. 54% from the field. So apparently these mid-range shots are just going to dominate. I don't remember. Did I even put Curry in here? No, I forgot Curry. We're going to have to do that at the next camera cut. James Harden, 28, 5, and 9. Because I was interested to see if Curry would adjust to the mid-range shots, but we will add him in. He'll just get 1 less year than all these other guys. Shea averages 25, Kawhi 25, Luka the MVP. All these stats are a lot lower than they are in real life, but I am interested to see if 2K had it so that the other guys are averaging more as well, because back in the 90s, most teams only had 1 or 2 guys averaging over 25 points a game. So in this... So yeah, KD is the only one that averages more than 30. So this is about accurate. These guys just all came in and dominated. So now I will add in Curry and... Or no, let's do the playoffs first. So I don't even know whose team all these guys are on. But I know that Andre Drummond is in the finals, and Andre Drummond wins the finals. I don't think that the Pistons have any of our guys. No, they have Harden. So Harden really made that team better starting at the 3. The Hornets have LeBron, and the Trailblazers have Chris Paul. So this is really interesting because when KOT4Q did this video himself, none of the guys that he added in really did anything. It was really weird. Now they're all just dominating the league. So now I will add in Curry, and we will stop at free agency to see where all these guys sign their next long-term deals. So we're here in free agency 1992, and I'm really interested to see where all these guys sign. Will any of the reigning champions be able to re-sign any of their guys like Harden? I don't think any of them left except for LeBron goes to the Kings on a 4-year deal, max contract. Joel Embiid to the Trailblazers. Luka Doncic to the Heat. So Joel Embiid goes and teams up with Clyde Drexler. LeBron with Mitch Richmond. Luka, I don't know who's on that team. I don't remember. KD re-signs, right? With Tony Campbell? Yeah. He's averaging 31. Maybe him and Tony Campbell can win a chip. Giannis re-signs with the Bucks. Steph Curry goes to the Bullets to team up with Purvis Ellison. And then I think that's all the guys that have signed so far. It's probably going to be another one of those things where they just sign 1-year deals because none of the teams have enough cap space to afford them. Yeah. It's just going to be 1-year deals. So we will start the season up and see where all of them end up going to. I'm interested to see how much different this ends up being than KO24Q's video because they had no impact. So we'll simulate about 2 weeks. Let these guys find their new homes. They just had no impact on the league when they were first in. Actually, I don't think they did at all. The Sixers didn't pick up anyone. The Bucks got Giannis. The Bullets got Curry. The Bulls got Harden. On a 4-year deal, too. So he'll be there for a while. They now have Harden, who can run the point guard with Jordan and Pippen. Actually, no, it makes more sense for Pippen to run. No, that doesn't work. So Harden will run the point guard for them. The Celtics and Clippers still do not do anything. The Hawks pick up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to go Dominique Wilkins and Kevin Willis. That's a good team. They're just a lot older than most of the other teams that we have. The Heat, like we said, got Luka Doncic to go with Glenn Rice and Ronnie Seakley, who are both injured. The Hornets picked up Chris Paul to go with Larry Johnson and Michael Williams. The Jazz re-signed Drummond, but on just a one-year deal. LeBron to the Kings. The Knicks didn't do anything again. Lakers didn't do anything again. Magic get Kyrie Irving on a one-year deal to go with Nick Anderson and Dennis Scott. The Mavs they drafted Shaq. The Nets re-signed Victor on a one-year deal. The Nuggets got Ja on a 4-year deal to go with Dikembe Mutombo. They need more floor spacing if it was today, but it's not today in this world. Kawhi goes and teams up with Dumars and Thomas, the reigning champions. Anthony Edwards goes and teams up with Hakeem Olajuwon on the Rockets. I like that duo a lot. The Suns don't do anything. The Sonics get Larry Bird, but that's unrelated. The Timberwolves, of course, re-signed him. Trailblazers get Embiid. Warriors get Jokic. I feel like there's still some guys out there, right? No, there's not. Okafor's still unsigned. And same with Boban. We just have to give him another chance. Nope. He doesn't want to come back. They both don't want to come back. We didn't even see their stats last year. 14-8 for Jahlil Okafor, and for Boban, 10-7. We do have to inflate their overalls a little bit, though, just so that they do get signed, or else they're just not going to be in the league anymore. And there's no fun in that. They will both be 80 overalls. And so, yeah, now we will simulate another year and check in with whatever's happening at the end of the season if they can still continue their dominance. So here in year 2, another one of our guys that we put in the league wins the MVP. Jokic averages a triple-double in year 2. Steph Curry is Rookie of the Year, but that's just because we just added him in. Defensive Player of the Year is Drummond this time. Last year, I think it was Giannis. Most Improved is D. Brown and then Jerry Sloan and them. Curry is All-NBA First Team. So it's all All-NBA First Team is all our guys that we added in. Second team is just 1, so it's 6-4 right now. The third team, it's 2-3, so it's 7-6. Or no. I did that wrong. So it's 3-7. 7-8. Yeah, that's right. So finally, the 2020's people, 2010's, 2020's people finally get some dominance back on the All-NBA teams. We don't care about none of that. I do want to see his stats again, though, because I really don't know if they're still going to be averaging a lot. Curry was insane. 29, 11, and 6 as a rookie. And from 3, he shot 47% on 5 a game. That has to lead the league in attempts per game, right? Yeah, he led the league in attempts per game by 2. The next most was KD, who did average 31 again, but no team success. It doesn't really matter. Jokic, the triple-double like we saw. Luka, close to a triple-double. Victor is pretty good. I do wonder if Boban ended up signing anywhere. Him and Okafor. Jaw's not that good. He's kind of peaking already. Giannis has not translated either. He is only averaging 19, 8, and 7. He is not near as good as I thought he would be in this league. So the people that really have not done anything, Giannis for sure. Chris Paul is only averaging 15 and 11. I guess the 11's pretty good. Okafor ended up signing with the Jazz and did 15 and 8. It's not that good. Drummond only averaged 13 points a game, but 11 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 2 steals. And then Boban, 13 and 10. Boban's looking like he's going to be better than Okafor. That's really interesting. But yeah, Giannis not that good. Chris Paul not that good. Drummond not that good. Who else do we even have? All these guys up here are pretty decent, but Anthony Edwards really isn't that good either. Only 23, 4, and 4. Now we simulate. It looks like Drummond's going to get his first. Yeah, Drummond wins it over, who's on the Bulls? Harden and Jordan and Pippen. They still haven't won a championship. They had Luka 1 year, and now they have Harden to go with Jordan and Pippen. That's insane. This year in free agency, we have a couple guys back in here. I think this is the last season that we're going to go through if they just keep dominating, and then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to put Drew Lock signing with the Giants. That's interesting. We're going to put the 90s guys in the 2000s. So Chris Paul re-signs with the Hornets. Kawhi re-signs with the Pistons. Kyrie re-signs with the Magic. So, yeah, they all just re-signed, except, yeah, Drummond even re-signed. And then Boban and Okafor still have not signed a contract. So here at the beginning of the 1994-1993 season, I really don't know what... I think my prediction is that they're just going to dominate again, but I really don't know. I actually have an idea. I want to add in one guy from, like, one team that hasn't signed anyone, so, like, I guess Philly, because they just suck. We're going to add in one of the best 60s players onto this team, and I just want to see how they add up. I'll check in with you guys in a second. So we have added Wilt Chamberlain to the 76ers. I really just want to see how a 60s player would play in here, if he ends up not playing as well or what. Because we aren't doing anything relating to the 60s today except this. And then maybe Wilt will get added to the 2020's, but who really knows. The Sixers are doing a lot better. Let's check in on Wilt a couple weeks in. He's averaging 26 and 13. That's pretty decent. That's pretty good, actually. 3 blocks and a steal. I think the 90s is just insane in 2K. I'll check in with you guys at the end of the year. So now Wilt Chamberlain is the MVP in his first year here after just a half year. He did insane. And none of the guys are actually on any of these other awards. That's really interesting. Maybe we need to keep going. Nope. Never mind. Everyone except for Jordan is new guys. Same with the second team. Everyone except for Karl Malone. And then oh my God, they're doing insane. I think we're going to have to do the 90s and the 2000s later today, so I will post a part 2. But yeah, this was a very unsuccessful experiment. These guys just came in and did exactly what they have been doing in the 2020s so far. And the only way I'll keep going is if one of them doesn't win a championship, and it's Philly with Wilt Chamberlain, who we also added. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys for part 2 maybe tomorrow. Peace.